seconds! It was 10 seconds in! That's it! That's all we had!
Big Blue, welcome back to another Mother and Son post-game show podcast for the New York Giants. Notice I'm not very angry today. I mean, we obviously knew that we were going to lose. How we lost, I mean, that wasn't what I thought was going to happen. I thought it could have been at least a better showing, but, you know, we'll get into why it was so bad. But before we do that, we want you to do one thing for us.
So if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. And especially if you are new to our channel, and thank you for coming. Also, please don't forget to hit that little notification bell and like our video or dislike the video. We appreciate your engagement and we love those comments. All of you have been really great with engaging us in the comments. So keep doing that. All right, let's get into it.
All right. So once again, we're going to start with the obvious. Mike Glennon.
Big, giant, obvious on the field.
Every week he finds a way to make it worse than the last game. How do you throw and you go 4 for 11 with 24 yards, 24, not 240, and 2 interceptions? How do you do that? I thought Jake Fromm had the worst Giants performance I've ever seen as a quarterback. This might be the worst one until next week. We'll see what Mike Glennon does next week. For 3 quarters, my guy had 1 of 3, 4 yards. Went 1 for 3 with just 4 passing yards. We only attempted to throw the ball 4 times. That means in 4 attempts, we got 1 yard, a passing attempt. 1 yard. How is that possible? That's worse than like a Pop Warner team playing the football game. I'm trying to figure out how you do that. And I mean, it obviously starts with the offensive line. And, you know, we lost Matt Pert. So now we have some other no-name schmucks in the game that I don't even know who they are. And they just looked atrocious. That was horrible. The 2 turnovers, the first one being in the first 30 seconds of the freaking game. The fumble immediately. That, like, you want to talk about the worst start to a game. He dropped back, and before
10 seconds! It was 10 seconds in! That's it! That's all we had! 10 seconds and the ball was gone out of our possession. 10 seconds!
So then what do we do after that? The Bears score. No surprise. They had the ball on the 1 yard line. So then what do we do then? We throw an interception. It's almost like we're doing it on purpose at this point.
Maybe it's a strategy.
I think it is a strategy. It makes sense. What I don't understand is why not only do we play like this, but Joe Judge, you've been talking for the past 2 years about how you try to cater towards personnel. So why is Mike Glennon in the slot in Wildcat formation?
Why?
Somebody who's probably less athletic than Tom Brady, which is very hard to do, by the way. You got him in a wide receiver's position in the slot. Even when you had Daniel Jones there, I still was scratching my head. I was like, I don't understand. He's not that athletic that he could put him there and be a threat. But then you take Mike Glennon and you do a play like that. What happened to playing towards personnel? What happened to playing towards our strengths? Newsflash, we don't have any strengths. They're all either injured or hurt, and a part of that strength should have been the offensive line. But, you know, we don't have that either. Why are we just that desperate that we're just saying, you know what, screw it, we'll just do anything? You could have at least put Jake Fromm out there and tried that play, but don't be making plays like that. First of all, Joe Judge, I have a problem with you because you got rid of Jason Garrett for play calls like these.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
So then you fire the man, or get him fired rather, and then you bring in Freddie Kitchens and keep doing the same crap. So who's really the problem here? I don't think it's Jason Garrett at this point. The plays are still bad. They're still bad. They're actually, really I think they're worse. They're worse. They're worse than when Jason Garrett was here. I think the real evil is Joe Judge. I don't like Joe Judge anymore. I don't like the energy on the field. How is it that you have an offense on the field and we're on the field and we only get 4 yards of offense in 3 quarters from just passing alone? Like, how do you do that? Saquon Barkley had over 100 yards today. Good job, but that was the most meaningless 100 yards I've ever seen because it didn't do anything for us. We didn't score. We didn't even get close to the red zone. And when we did, it was a turnover.
You know what it did for him, though? I mean, given that he may be on his way out the door, it gave him some highlights for the season that some other coaches and teams could look at. I mean, you know, the brother's got to, you know, he got to eat. So,
yep.
You know, So I'm glad he balled out. My nephew did the best he could. It's a day late, the dollar short, but he needed to do his own thing.
Let's talk about Dave Gettleman, because at this point, we've already talked about the coach. We already talked about some players. Dave Gettleman. I'm going to put this graphic up on the screen. You guys see this. My guy has 10-plus losses each season. He has the 4th worst record in the NFL over that span. And he's had 2 head coaches in 4 seasons. Really should have been 3, because Joe Judge probably shouldn't be the head coach right now. I honestly, looking back, winning 6 games in his first year, whatever, I'm not impressed with what he has done. Like, we probably should have replaced him this season. His decision-making is terrible. How do you make mistakes on special teams when you were a special teams coach? And now you're a head coach. You have special teams experience. And we turned the ball over on kickoff. Almost turned it over, excuse me. We almost turned it over. The guy thought the ball was going in the end zone. It actually didn't go in the end zone. And then we had to scramble, pick it up, and get tackled at the 5. He's lucky he didn't fumble it so they could get the ball and score in the end zone. Where's this discipline that he's been preaching? And no BS type of coaching and all this other stuff. I don't see any of it. All I see is a coach that's losing the locker room.
100%.
The defense is exhausted. They have the most minutes I've ever seen a team have on the field. Like, basically the whole first half was defense. Like, it was terrible. When the offense got the ball back, we turned it over.
Season, though. Come on. I mean, defenses have to be out there. This whole season, they've spent way too much time out there. Today in particular, there literally was no offense. There was no bright moments. Like, there's offenses sucked for many seasons. Today, there wasn't even like a glimmer of hope on offense.
Nope.
At any time in the game. At any time.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I didn't even care. I honestly didn't even care. I was just watching. I was like, whatever. It is what it is. I expected it. It's so bad that I expected it. I was no longer trying to have that bogus optimism. It was just, you know what? It is what it is. We suck. We just stink.
Let me tell you something about Judge. He says a lot of things over and over again.
Yes.
And nothing ever comes of it, right? One of the things that he said, I thought that they would play both Fromm and Glennon today. And then Judge came out sometime in the last Tuesday or something like that and said, his plan was to play both of these losers. I think in practice, he saw that Fromm was even more of a joke and decided to abandon that plan, because the fact that he didn't go to him today, I mean, this was a time where he should have did a flip-flop like he did last week, right?
Yeah.
Because he played both of them last week. He didn't do it. He must have saw something even more disturbing in last week's practice with Fromm to keep him off the field today. And granted, he's not working with a lot. And we certainly have even a lot of our offense were guys they pulled off a practice team. It's one of the worst Giants seasons in the last 15 years, maybe 20.
I mean, like I said, Dave Gettleman, 10-plus losses each season since he's been here. How do you still have a job?
Hopefully he won't have one much longer.
Hopefully, he better. Look, at this point, there's no excuse. He doesn't have any excuses.
People are already calling for him to go. I saw a photo on Twitter, and apparently he was on the field in Chicago today along with Mara, and someone posted a caption that said, "Get to fire him today." People are ready. We're done.
But it's bad too when they tried to make something out of nothing with that bogus medium soda sale for season ticket holders, which is just a slap in the face, I might add. It's like we had to scrounge. First of all, we retired Eli Manning's jersey this season. That was the first distraction. Then you got the Michael Strahan jersey retirement, and they, did his Ring of Honor again, basically. And then now you've got the medium sodas, and then you got these bums going on the boat, taking a picture on the boat, talking about this will reverse the curse from the cruise. And all it did was make us lose 29-3 to a team that really shouldn't have scored that many points on us. No offense to my girlfriend's favorite team, the Bears.
Oh, yeah, the boat trip. So not the original playoff boat trip, the huge one that, with Odell and everything. These fools are sitting on a boat during the season again. What are you thinking? Yes, most of the guys on the boat picture that we're showing, they're on IR. There's no question, or the COVID list or something, right? I don't care. What kind of integrity do these guys have to even do that? Understanding what a Giants in-season boat trip has meant to fans and to the team. I'm ready just to get rid of all these fools. And let me tell you something. Shepard was probably the ringleader because he was there the first time and he was there. Now he's there the second time. They're all done. But I don't think it's reversing the curse. Like they've been saying on Twitter. It's not reversing the curse. It's just stupid. And it shows a lack of integrity of these guys. So another week done. It's almost over. And then we'll be able to, really deal with the fallout of the season and see what's up next for this team.
So that's all for now, Giants fans. And whatever Bears fans are in here watching this video, looking at us, laughing at our misery. Congratulations, you beat a bad team. Moving forward, like my mom said, we will be doing the last podcast for next week. And then we will be definitely keeping up with what's going on in the offseason and bringing some more content for you guys because we're sure you guys want to see that and see our reactions to what we think and what's going to happen. Let us know what you think in the comment section about this game. You guys did a very good job with engagement last video. Let's see if we can get to that goal again. We had almost 50 comments in like a week. I'm trying to see if we can double that. Let's see if we can do it because I know you guys like to talk trash. It's fine. I like to talk trash too. Let's talk it out. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you didn't already do that. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and it lets people know that our video did well and you enjoy it, and people hopefully will support us more. We also thank you for your continued support for everyone that's been liking and subscribing thus far. So please make sure you guys keep doing that, and share with your friends. It's very important that you do that. It helps get more exposure. That's all for now, everybody. Take care.